This is an overview of my ePortfolio project for Capstone 265 for Professor Jackson, and my name is Natalie Legg. So at the top of my portfolio, I have my name, my current title at my workplace, my current place of employment, as well as my address, a professional email where I could be reached at. And on the right hand side, I also have my pronouns, my age, and my star sign. Going down through my portfolio, I have several tabs: assignments, association and society membership, book and article contributions, educational background, personal and professional goals, and resume and cover letter. If we hit to educational background, I have several portfolio projects, each of which meet an institutional outcome. So my first portfolio project is ECED 103, and it's a Career Connect essay. And this particular portfolio project meant the institutional guidelines of designing, executing, assessing meaningful, challenging curricula that promotes comprehensive child development and learning outcomes for every child. So, as we go through this essay, we saw a couple of different lessons, and our job was to go through and find out if it was developmentally appropriate, not developmentally appropriate, and what we would do differently. This portfolio project meets this institutional outcome in that we got to assess different types of curricula and really see what worked and what didn't with children. My next portfolio project is for ECD 202. And this portfolio project is organizing work effective, this institutional outcome is organizing work effectively to create a purposeful, responsible program, including preparation of written plans, progress records, parent communication, and building reports. So in this essay, we had a community child care center that was visited by a child care authority. And we went through, and the authority went through and saw what saw what was working, what wasn't working, and things we could do and change to make it better. This particular portfolio product meets this institutional outcome because really we went through, we saw what didn't work, we went through and we saw how to change it. And it really, really shows the importance of listening to the children, listening to your advocates and the families that you are serving. Our next portfolio project is Math 201, and the institutional outcome for Math 201 was to follow established methods of inquiry and reasoning to form conclusions and make decisions. So we did um, a budgetary format. We went through and we picked a desired career, how much we would bring home monthly, both gross and net. And then we went through and we budgeted for things like rent, food, insurance, transportation, and how it all adds up. This particular portfolio project met the institutional requirement by having us make decisions as if we were in this career, and how every decision spiraled out of another decision. This next portfolio project is from ECED 104, which meets the institutional outcome of integrating health, safety, and nutrition practices according to local, state, national standards. So what we did was we went through and we went through our particular state, so my home state of Florida. We went down and we saw how they want us to teach things like safety, things like health, and things like nutrition, and we created a lesson plan around that. And this particular portfolio project met the institutional requirement by it really emphasized how states do things differently. And while even in the same state, how local authorities choose to do things differently as well. Our next portfolio project is from Sociology 225. And what this portfolio project meets is the institutional outcome of employing strategies for reflection and practice in order to adjust learning processes for continual improvement. So we had gone through and talked about career readiness and ways that we could make ourselves more career ready and improve certain aspects. So, one of the things I talked about was how I would like to increase my time at a specific workplace. Traditionally, I only stay 2 years, and how to improve that. And that particular portfolio project meets the institutional outcome by making it, by really, really harnessing the importance of continued improvement. Our next portfolio project is from INFT 104, and it's formal and informal learning. So we had taken a graphic literacy assessment, and we had written a reflection about how we think we did. And this particular literacy assessment meets the institutional outcome of transferring knowledge, skills, behavior acquired through formal and informal learning and life experience to new situations. So, when I had finished this assessment, I felt incredibly nervous. I always do during tests and things like that. And it was a really great reflective period of um, how I can improve myself even then. And this particular portfolio project meets this organizational standard by having us, I had never taken a test before of that nature, and it was a very eye opening experience. Next up is English 102, and English 102 met the program outcome of utilizing appropriate current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal and communicate findings in visual, written, or oral formats. So this was an essay that I had written, and just a little bit of how we felt during this assignment, and which scenario we chose and if it had an effect on us. And this particular portfolio project meets the institutional outcome by having us use outside sources and things like that. And then going down into the rest of my educational background, I currently attend Bryant and Stratton College. I have since May of 2023. I will be graduating in or I will be finishing with my coursework in just a few short days of December 16th. I have maintained a 4.0 average while attending Bryant and Stratton, as well as when I graduated high school. So some professional goals I have are getting my staff credentials within my state, teaching voluntary pre-kindergarten, and after a year or two of service in VPK, get my directorship credential. And then down below, I have my resume and cover letter.